pellet of chewed paper ready to be spat. Bill lunged at him. "William Elwood!" Miss Snelling's face was beetroot red. "You are a disgrace. I will not have fighting in class, nor such treatment of a new child. Come to the front." Miss Snelling reached for her cane. Miss Snelling might be a lady, but she could whack a cane fast enough to cut flesh like a knife. Afterwards, Bill had sat back on the bench, tucked his stinging hands under his armpits, and watched the blue of the ink seeping into the white daisy petals. By the end of the school day, the petals were completely blue. Bill dodged out of school as soon as the bell rang. "Show us your hands, then," said Ted Dilly, grabbing Bill's arm as he tried to set off home. "Show us your stripes." "Get off!" Bill hunched out of Ted's grip. The pellet-spitting new boy was coming out of the school door along with his brothers and sisters, the Smiths. The girls in grubby pinafores looked as fierce as the boys did. "Who are you looking at, Billy Elwood?" said the pellet-spitting one. "Fighting Bill," said Ted. But Miss Snelling appeared in the doorway. "Off you go, children!" She clapped her hands as if she was shooing chickens. Bill ran homewards, then heard footsteps behind him. He looked over his shoulder. That boy was following. So Bill changed direction. He headed towards the meadows and the river. "Oi, you! Scaredy!" shouted the boy. Bill didn't reply. He ran down the grassy slope to the river, swung his arms forward, and dived into the cold water that muffled sights and sounds. Ma hadn't made him wear his boots today, since it was so hot, so now he flip-flapped his bare feet and worked his arms to power away from the bank. He felt instantly calmer in the river's cool, watery world. Something splashed beside him, a clod of mud thrown from the riverbank. So, the Smith boy can't swim, thought Bill. Good. He surfaced to gasp a breath, then dived down again to glide over the wavery green weeds below, with sunlight sparkling on the silver skin of the water above. Kicking upstream, he surfaced again, twisting onto his back this time. The boy was still there, watching Bill with a hand to his brow to shade his eyes. Bill swam on around the corner and out of the boy's sight. The leaves on the big chestnut trees on the riverbank were crisping and browning in this last heat of summer. A bright turquoise flash of a kingfisher darted from a low branch. Bill turned onto his front and swam towards the mill, the rush and rumble of water in its wheels growing louder the nearer he got to it. He was intending to get out on the shallow bank of the mill pond, but there were two figures walking beside the river in Mr. Widnall's garden. There was Mr. Widnall, Bill's dad's employer, standing there in his straw hat. The other figure, dusted in white flour, was the miller, Mr. Nutter. Bill didn't want the men to see him and laugh at him for swimming in his clothes, so he paused in the reeds and listened to their talk. "Coprolites are changing this village," said Mr. Widnall, arms waving. "You must have seen the new labourers around the place, men from who knows where." Bill thought of the Smith family. Had they perhaps come to find work at the coprolite diggings? Coprolites were lumps of fossilised stuff that could be ground to make fertiliser. In the last year, companies had set up diggings in some of the village fields because coprolite sold for more money than ordinary crops grown would. Bill had liked seeing the new people in the village, until those Smiths arrived today. "It's putting an end to our flower business, I'm afraid," said Mr. Widnall. "Those acres of flowers that my father simply doted on, well, they will soon be no more." "Surely the flower fields can be